osinathi kwaNozani bogogo nomkhulu kunina nonke nani babathandazi ngidlulisa izandla nje ngithi amen noma kuthiwa ngithula kwabathandazi as well. So nje ngithi anginibingelele. I'm doing this live for IsiThunywa content today because it might be the option going forward so that nisheshe niyithole, you know, so that it's easier for ukuthi okay mekuthi I need this content up by 3 o'clock, then 3 o'clock standardly nizoyithola. So it might be the option, but ke sizobona ukuthi khamba kanjani. But ke mangivusele nami kwabakithi ngoba ibona basilekelela kukho konke kulokho esikwenzayo. So nje ngithi ngiyaphakamisa kugatsheni oboya abanyathu obusongomsomo kompongozi ngoba nina abandlovuzile ekhaya ngithokola usizo uthi uzolusa into umuntu emazana nami nomthena bathi bokuthi amadoda makwande ngiyakhulekisa nasemathongo nami akobaba la ngizalwela khona kumakhanyongo nokumadoda komphakathi wakho ngiyangezitha ngithi bakhona bahlangane ngalesi sikhathi sikwazi ukuthi ke konke kufanele ukuthi makuvele namhlanje kuhambe ngendlela akuhambe ngohlelo ukhona ukuthi ke makulekelele abantu kakhulukazi ke IsiThunywa sakithi IsiThunywa sami singiphethe ugogo Hadebe nekhehlelihle lenkosi uNgonyama. So nje ngithi mayiphakame ke iDlozi kithi kuphakame IsiThunywa sakithi njengoba sizowe ngoba umsebenzi phela nalo sikhona ukuthi masiqhubeke umsebenzi esibizele wona umsebenzi weThonga umsebenzi kamoya umsebenzi wengilosi enhle IsiThunywa esihle njengoba sihlangane namhlanje. So today I chose to do this video in particular on IsiThunywa. I had other plans, but there's a constant since my last video that I did that I spoke of the different types of IsiThunywa. Yeah, but there's a video I did, so if you want to revert back to get understanding, then you can go back and watch that video. But there was a video that I did that spoke. Shabala, I think we're gonna have to make a plan about this network. But if you guys are hearing everything, getting everything, I just let me know. But things will go back. Yeah, so I got questions like that, so I thought it was okay. Today, let me just break it down a bit and focus on. I know chicken agana piece. Let me focus on the first one, the first type of IsiThunywa, so that you guys can get better direction and know how to kind of structure yourselves or understand yourselves and what you need to do going forward. All right. So the first type of IsiThunywa that we're going to be speaking about today and focusing on today is IsiThunywa esihamba nabantu abadala, or esithi esihamba neThonga, or IsiThunywa esihamba neDlozi. So mekuIsiThunywa esihamba neDlozi, so umuntu odinga ukuthwasa loyo. All right, so IsiThunywa esihamba neDlozi, it's a person that has a calling that needs to initiate, but they so initiate ukuthi sisa iDlozi lakhe fana thwasise nesithunywa sakhe. All right, I have IsiThunywa. So within leso sithunywa leso thokozani. So leso sithunywa leso sidinga ukuthi ezuthwasisa iDlozi ubuthwasisa nesithunywa. Okay. And also umuntu ke onesithunywa but also nabantu abadala. They're not necessarily going to be functional in isimo sabo sokulapha as umuntu onabantu abadala. You know, abantu like the type of people who are badinga igobongo only, and then they're fine in life. So labo bantu ke abanabantu abadala and also banesithunywa. But isithunywa sabo wants them to move. They want them to do things in terms of kusebenza esithunyweni. And isikhathi esiningi those people don't necessarily basebenza ekhaya, but they basebenza ebandleni. Uthola ukuthi ebandleni like iZion, because I have better understanding and grasp of the structure in a Zion church versus Ekpagameni or Gashembe. So versus that church, I don't necessarily have understanding in terms of their structure, but ngiyalazi lasiZion because nathi sabantu aba eSioni, right? So we have understanding of that. So in a structure of eSioni, for example, what happens is mhlawumbe ke mase sekukhulekwa or kuculwa kuhlabelelwa and then kuphakamiswa isimo se ibizwa awuyisho shaba ingqondo yabaleka stick i-ring when sekukhulekwa sticking dress, right? So it's called different things. But it's sticking. I remember when I was young, I heard something like that. But yeah, dress. When they're doing it dress, then it's focused on helping abantu within the church that have issues. So then what happens is labo bantu lezo iThonga lezo ziyaphakama nazo ziba nenkulumo eziba nazo to further assist ekuphrofetheni labantu in particular. So uthola ukuthi nje in terms of even ukushumayela uthola ukuthi leso sithunywa leso sizoshumayela imvamisa abantu that have isithunywa nabantu abadala but they're not meant to do anything in terms of like healing and then babe healing that they provide in terms of the church or those people within the church like umfundisi, right? I remember ngisathwasa umfundisi like kakobela too, that is umfundisi walo lelo bandla lelo. He was umuntu onabantu abadala but wayebizelwe wayenesiphiwo or ugcobo when it comes to isithunywa wayenegcobo lokuba umfundisi. So meshumayela that person, there's a weight that they have when they communicate to you that touches you so deeply, you know. So even to recognize lezo iThonga lezo that have ugcobo, you know, it's either they'll have a very powerful role in terms of isimo so shumayela, so uthola mhlawumbe uzoba umshumayeli or kanye uthola ukuthi uzoba umfundisi, right? So they have a way that they lead with such majesticness. Yeah, but I don't know if you understand the lento, but if you guys have ever been in a church where the person was so majestic in their communication, in the words that they are relaying about God. Yeah, and I'm not talking about those churches that are charismatic. Kona ulawe isonto is charismatic or umuntu uyachama like umfundisi. You're just like, oh, umfundisi. No. I'm talking about when somebody talks in the context of unkulunkulu and it feels like you are hearing directly from God through that person. All right? So that's how you tend to recognize because nowadays, unfortunately, people are playing roles or doing things that they are not called to do. And you can always tell when you are somebody that is in tune with your spirituality. You can tell when somebody is singing from the soul and is touched by God himself, or they are singing from a place of ngikwazi ukushaya note, you know, and it hits differently. So isithunywa masithi siyanyakaza phezu komuntu onogcobo laleyo nto. When they sing, for example, khona abantu abake bahlabelele ebandleni, when they sing, it arises emotions within you that ukuzwa ukuthi no man, uNkulunkulu khona la. And because uNkulunkulu khona la, the proof is in how the person is singing and uvusela zonke izinto that I didn't even know were there, right? Ugcobo lolo lokuhlabelela, right? Because those people, there are people that choose to or can be changed by hearing music. Okay? So uthola ukuthi if I sing, then kuvusa umoya within you, and lo moya bese uyakhona ukutshela ukuthi it's time now ukuthi uguqule isimo sakho sempilo, uguqule indlela obuphila ngayo phambilini. Okay, so that's the first type of uqobo, right? Then kube khona umuntu ogcotshiwe ukuthi akhona ukuthi makashumayele. So uthola ukuthi mengishumayela ngivula izwi lenkosi and I'm communicating the word of God to you. Then kube nento efika ikuthinte, you know, mekuthinta uzizwe overcome with emotions. Uzizwe kube ingathi khona isindo esivukayo kodwa manje mesivuka siyasuka mengishumayela. So that is uqobo lokuthi umuntu makashumayele. Then bese kuba khona ke uqobo lokuthi umuntu njengoba ade ngisho ukuthi abe umfundisi akhona ukuthi alihole leli bandla. Uqobo la, the way they lead within the church, they literally represent the father, you know. And when you speak of a spiritual father, we speak of somebody that you come to that lays no judgments, that will take you as their own. Njengoba kuhlezi kusho ukuthi ayikho intandane esontweni, ayikho intandane ebandleni. So because kukhona ubaba webandla, and lo baba webandla uyakhona ukuthi ke makakuphakamise akuvuse ekufeni, akuvuse esimeni sakho besicindezela spiritually, akhona ukuthi to align you with yourself and your God. Yeah, it's a learned. We're speaking of spiritual gifts that comes from his tune. So these are just some of the examples that I have laid before you guys, right? Of his tune, you are esifuna in the context of a church, but you also have a batabadala. So ulikobonga lakho but uyaqhuba esimeni sebandla, and then ingelosi yakhe khona uthi mayisiyu with more than one gift. Sometimes it's just one, sometimes it can be three. It just depends on ukuthi nawe uhamba neDlozi njani. Okay. And also, right, when we say it depends on iThonga zakho, I think that's what leads to namakhandlela themselves. Okay. Unfortunately, I have 6 here. I have white missing. But you know, standardly, white is forever, ever needed when it comes to soon, you know. Hence why you have, for example, njengomuntu or yeah, I think I'll talk in another video about it, but yeah, umuntu onesithunywa neDlozi will always need amakhandlela that are mixed. There won't be a time where umuntu onesithunywa neDlozi or usithunywa nabantu abadala will only use a white candle. They will always use different colored candles because they're representing isithunywa and they're also representing iDlozi. Okay, so standardly, for example, umuntu onabantu abadala mephahla, meyithandaza, meyikhuleka and ezama ukuphakamisa isimo senkulumo noNkulunkulu wakhe, right, with your God or with isithunywa sakho. Standardly, you use white and yellow together. The reason being is because yellow represents umuntu onabantu abadala. Okay, so umuntu onabantu abadala noma umuntu oneDlozi, yellow is a must when you are partnering or khuleka, that you are a combination of umuntu oyisithunywa but also oyiDlozi. Okay, then you have your white, which white is plainly for the soul. It's only for his soul. So when you light your white and you light your yellow, then together you are saying we are joining forces, we are joining and we are being united in isimo sikamoya, so that we can connect esimeni sethu seDlozi and isithunywa akekho simshela ngaphandle, because mawuphahla as umuntu oneDlozi nesithunywa or umuntu onabantu abadala or ithongo nesithunywa, you have to always unify them so that they work hand in hand. Ingakhona umuntu omshela ngaphandle, because moba nomuntu omshela ngaphandle ungamphakamisi when you are trying to connect spiritually, then you arise isimo sikamona, you arise isimo solaka. So you arise that anger or that frustration within yourself spiritually that then causes retaliation, or then it causes ukuthi abadala or isithunywa sikhona ukuthi sifike kambi kuwena, singenzi izinto ekufanele ukuthi mazenzeke, because you are leaving one or the other behind, and you're not partnering them as equals or as like a married couple. I think I always make an example of bafana abantu abashadile, a mother and a father have equal rights or equal power when it's too a lot of the time. Okay, then bolo gogo often shine noma yeah not in your far what's it ubashaya nje uthi awunje ungicula nje lela culo leli sakaze langena lapha ejuneni kwami lelo Eliya lami ngirap up ivideo ngizothi gogo uzozwakala ngekubonakala uzoba ngale uthi nje ushaya Eliya that song. But yes, so then you have the red candle, right? Then you have the red candle. Leli bazalwane elezimpi. Okay. This one is your warrior candle. If you can think of all the fights that come, spiritually, this is the candle. Elizokhona ukuthi likulekelele ezimpini zakho. Now, I'm going to say this because I don't have the energy nor the capacity to go back and forth with anybody. Whatever I educate on, there are some people maybe it won't work for you. Ngoba imoya yethu ayifani, hence why we need different healers, we need different IsiThunywa, we need different sangomas, we need different amadlozi. Okay, so I'm educating on things that I have found work for a lot of the people that I help. In fact, no one that I help anybody that I help has come back and say, no, this doesn't work for me. So everybody that I have helped in terms of these things, it has worked for them. So you can take it and you can try it, and so that it works for you. If it then doesn't, then it doesn't. Because sometimes there are things or issues that are deeper that need to be fixed by you first going to consult. And then from there, trying to do things. Because sometimes, as much as I'm going to give this information, but there are things that first need to be consulted on, and then you do things. But it's always good when it comes to prayer to just do, because at the end of the day, I know that umthandazo will never lahla you. Umthandazo will never leave you out in the cold. It is something that is based on just you and praying and speaking to your God and speaking to Nkulunkulu and speaking to IsiThunywa. So but again, people come with different problems, so you never know why something doesn't work out the way it needs to work out until you consult. Okay, so as I was saying, the red candle is impi, and if there are things that are going on with you spiritually that are disturbing your peace, when you use white and yellow, right, and then you add red, without fail, even the candle itself will show you what is going on within your home or within your life based on how it will light up and the things that it will do. And I've seen different pictures from different people that will forward them to me. Bang, send it on WhatsApp, but hey, this is what's happening with my candle because of this and this and this and this and this, So izimpilo zakho will reflect. So when you know if there are things going on with you, bring it to me. Excuse. Questions on your phone. Because I can't read for some reason. Yeah. So if you know there are things that are going on with you, then this is a candle. So you do white, yellow, and red. It shall be dealt with. We are able. Ukhona ukuthi unika amandla ingelosi yakho ukhona unika amandla abadala bakini ukhona ukuthi ke uqhubeke uphahla ukhulume noNkulunkulu ezwa ukuthi naye akukhusele. Then we get to abantu abanogogo kakhulu, if umuntu oleleza alkwazini kakhulu, I always advise ukuthi and this is not something you need to do all the time, But every now and again, it's something I advise that you do. If you're somebody that is dominantly uphethwe izambasi, umuntu that is ulele into zakho, iy'mpahla zakho nanani zilele kogogo, the blue candle is key. So you do white, yellow, and blue. Yabo. If unezimpilo, then you can add your red. But you also do your blue. Ukhuleke ngazo, ukhuleke ucele, ukhulume nabo. Okay. And if unamakhehla kakhulu, then it's green. Okay. So ukhulume nabo, connect namakhehla kini, and just communicate everything that you need to communicate. Now, when it comes to needing, as I call it, 7 colors. When it comes to needing your 7 colors, right? So your white and these colors here. So there's purple and pink. So it's blue, green, purple, red, pink, yellow, and white. Okay. So when it comes to needing your 7 colors, these are not colors that you just every day or partnering with. But when there's certain things that are happening in your life, like for example, uphathela umsebenzi, right? So ukhulekela umsebenzi, uyathandaza, uyaphahla for umsebenzi, and udinga kukhanye, right? And umuntu, as I said again, I'm focusing on abantu ababantwana beDlozi but also belong esithunyweni, or babantwana beThonga but they also have isithunywa. Mo phahla and then ukhuleka and ucela izinto, or there's something specifically going on in your life that needs them to come through in their numbers, and it needs them to baphakame banyakaza. 7 colors is the candles that you take them all, uwakhanyise wonke, and you ubeke imali emhlophe, ne? So like your 2 rand coin, your 1 rand coin, ubeke imali emhlophe phambi kwa each candle. Ukhuleke kukanjalo, and you pray ujule very deeply. And I think, as I said before, the praying times for iThonga is 3 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 12 lunchtime, 6 ntambama, 12 midnight. Okay. Those are the times to pray. Momuntu oweDlozi nesithunywa. Okay. So you make sure ukuthi nje uyajula and uyakhuleka. So you use the 7 colors, and especially when you're asking for things, trust and believe. When you're asking for things, please at least try and do a 6 to 6 fast where you're not eating anything. I'm not talking about by this Daniel fast where you're just fasting alcohol or chips or chocolates. You know, no, we're not talking about no Daniel fast here. I'm talking about a proper fast, but you are drinking water. Let's please be safe and energize our bodies and feed our bodies. You know, don't just do things, especially things you've never done before, and you just like gonna, boppy band. A lot of people are not like our grandmothers and our grandfathers. My grandmother, I grew up and she could do like a 7-day fast. Angadli, angaphuzi lutho. God knows how she did it. Clearly, uNkulunkulu benaye emphethe kanje, because I can tell you now, she's almost 100 now. My grandmother is almost 100 years old, and she can still do those fasts for whatever reason. Okay, and my grandfather as well used to be the person that does those fasts. Not all of us can do that thing, and it needs a proper prayer warrior, umuntu that knows what is in their heart and what's in their soul. It needs somebody that really knows their story spiritually to be able to do such. So for me, for safety, as a belief, bazalwane, ningasho ukuthi umakhosi thandi wathi no. Ngicela niwaphuze amanzi, ni energize. Keep your body pure and energized and safe, because water will carry you. So when you fast, 6 to 6. So mo uthandaza during those times, uthandaza with the purity of anginalutho obambe ngayo. Umoya wakho is in a state of power, it's in a state of control. Inyama weak. So inyama weak, then you are able to uqinise emkhulekweni ujule kahle emkhulekweni u6 to 6 and then after that uyadla ke and do your normal. But mawucela ke ucela uzowenza leyo fast ya 6 to 6 nanka amakhandlela u7 colors wakho ozukhuleka ngawo ujule uthandaza even ngisho moya emanzini uphatha u7 colors wakho because ufuna ukudonsa zonke lezi ithunywa ohamba nazo ukuthi mayiphakame zonke ucela amandla kuzo zonke ucela uncedo nosizo enakho konke ukukhanya kuzo zonke le ithunywa lezo hamba nazo. So you want to pull from the different types with u7 colors wakho. It's not u7 colors or u7 every day because you're trying to, hey, let me see which one. No. U7 colors usebenzisa when there are things that you are trying to open up or to try to get clarity on or to obtain. So those 7 colors wona oya kuwona osenzisayo noma moya emanzini osenzisa 7 colors ukhuleke ngawo yayibona noma moya entabeni uthatha u7 colors wakho uye nawo entabeni uyokhulekiswa entabeni. Okay, so that's what you do with the 7 colors. Noma mekhona ukhamba umiselwa lona u7 colors standardly uzosebenza uzodingeka. Okay, let me just quickly go to a question before okay, so Gogo, what type of isithunywa would you be associated with impangele, and flying? All right, that's coming from Daniel Hashan. Okay, ile lapha ilelana kulona leleni njengacishe fana nelakho. Oh, lelo bhayi I think mekuthi ngiphosisa ngithi kinifa la impangele. Yes, impangela. Okay, lela bhayi by the way elezalukwazi, right? Kuthiwa ibhayi lezalukwazi, and so njengoba kuthiwa ibhayi lezalukwazi, so now you know, number one, the candle that mainly you'll need your white, your yellow, and your blue, right? And lelo modinga ibhayi, know this for a fact. If you need ibhayi, but also you predominantly urano isithunywa, that means unabantu abadala. So if you ever need ibhayi nezembatho zesithunywa, know that those two go together. That means ukuthi kunabantu abadala or kuneDlozi and kunesithunywa. All right, so if you need things that lie in izembatho or in isithunywa clothing, and you need izinto that lie in iDlozi clothing or iZimbazi, they know that you have both, and they need to work hand in hand. So that then is up to you on how that needs to be done. Now, know this: if udli igobongo, for example, right? Modli igobongo nabantu abadala, standardly umlapha wakho has to do ukhamba lesithunywa, because it's a way for you to unite the two. So it starts with ukhamba lesithunywa. So more than if you're gonna have igobongo, you have to then do ukhamba lesithunywa. I would never advise just because you can igobongo for you to go ahead without having to with gobongo. These have to go together. The gobongo goes together with ukhamba lesithunywa. You can't just go have ukhamba lesithunywa on its own ungadlanga igobongo, because if you need umuthi for isithunywa sakho, that means ukuthi it's due to the fact that lihamba neDlozi or lihamba nabantu abadala, and it's a way to unite, because isithunywa on its own does not need ukhamba. Isithunywa on its own is not reliant on umuthi. Yabo. Because lona isithunywa lisizwa, because even when healing isithunywa, sidila kakhulu, like all my clients or my patients that engibalaphayo that are predominantly balele esithunyweni, ngibanike iwasho kakhulu, because ngidinga ukuthi kuhlambululeke leli Dlozi, but also kuhlambululeke lesi sithunywa lesi ngendlela le ezokhona ukuthi isithunywa naso sijabule sibone ukuthi asiqilwa init because khona iy'thunywa that do not do well when it comes to umuthi. Hence why you'll find some people whenever they are given imiti, they tend to not respond well to it, or they tend to not get the necessary outcome out of lo muthi loyo because ba abantu abalele ey'thunyweni kakhulu. And so when you bombard that person with umuthi ukhila isithunywa sakhe to the point where alikwazi ukuthi lifunctione ngendlela lesi siyithandayo, yabo. Okay. Okay, but all right. No big commentation. Yes, so basically it's just a case of if udla ikobongo, then that's when ukhamba lesithunywa is done. It cannot be done individually, otherwise it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. It's going to miss the point of what it's supposed to do within you because ikobongo alenziwanga. Because you'll find, and I had somebody that had this issue where selvuka iDlozi, selvuka kambi, selvuka ngolaka, and selvuka in a manner where sengathi lizama ukucindezela isithunywa, you know. And iThonga are very peaceful, very peaceful angels. So they're not about that war life. They're not about internal fighting. So they tend to keep quiet when internal struggles or internal fights come about when it comes to the push and pull of ukuthi umntwana weDlozi nomntwana wesithunywa. Okay, so they tend to keep quiet, but then when they are oppressed like that, by the time they're like, no man, we are lagging behind. Akusahambi kahle, asakwazi ukuthi ivuke kahle isithunywa sakho. No, angels, we are not burning my voice today. Okay, so Gogo, how can you tell when someone is using iSthunywa or is using when diving? Well, I'm not really sure what you're trying to say. Simple class. So how do you tell when someone is using iSthunywa or is using when diving? I'm not sure. Please retype your question, Kesalam. Simple. No, I said. No. Yeah, please retype your question, because it's not clear. But I think it's a good question. It's just it's not clear, so I can't really answer it. Yeah. So I'm gonna branch off track.
I was reading a question.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, basically, ukhamba nje lesithunywa. Oh yes, I had somebody that had that issue where they went to a healer wamenzela ukhamba lesithunywa engakazi adle gobongo angakazi enze lutho, and then ngathedla ukhamba lesithunywa usevusa leli dlozi leli and qambe livuka sekudalulaka within umntwana, and leDlozi leli sedala incindezi phezu kwakhe umntwana, because it was like why ugijimela ukwenza into zisithunywa ube thina sikhona, and you have 1, 2, and 3 because of us and not because of isithunywa. So it became like a thing like that, and it became very, very problematic. Yeah, so always mo umuntu onabantu abadala fanele mo wenza ukhamba lesithunywa, it has to go hand in hand with the gobongo. You can't do it on its own. There will never be a case where umntwana ofanele adle ukhamba lesithunywa enganabo abantu abadala. modinga ukuhamba, know that unabantu abadala. Yabo. And then maso lo muntu okwenzela ukuhamba fanele kwenzele phela nogobongo, so that you can unify the people that you work with, and then ukhona-ke uconcentrate esithunyweni mhla ubenzelile abadala what they need, because even umuntu ongena ephehlweni othwasayo, umuntu othwasayo like abantwana abafika la beDlozi, abantwana abafika la beDlozi standardly they will need ukhamba lesithunywa that will go with inkamba zabo zeDlozi zophehlo. Yabo. So that when everything is aligning, it's aligning within a partnership, within working hand in hand together, and you call it my parameter, because even when it comes to ubuhlali bethu njengabantwana beDlozi, but also beyingelosi zethu beyithunywa zethu. I remember, I think I explained this one, so ukuthi my ugogo long phethe esithunyweni ube umuntu ongathi ucindezelekile bengakhona ukuthi aphakame kahle, because she was being overpowered by lamadlozi lamakhehle ngihamba nayo, because she's the only salukwazi within isquad samakhehla, you know. And because she's the only salukwazi within the squad samakhehla, they were overbearing on her and they were overpowering her. So then wangikhombisa ubuhlali obu-blue ozokhona ukuthi-ke umlekelele. So I started wearing ubuhlali obu-blue to umlekelela until I was able to unify them, because that's another thing. Umuntu oneDlozi kakhulu, not necessarily umuntu onabantu abadala, but umuntu oneDlozi requires ukuthi iDlozi lakhe malibe in unison, or libe one with isithunywa sakhe, right? It can happen when you're the same person oidlozi lakho is isithunywa sakho, but for some people, for some people it's separate. It's one person is iDlozi, the other person is isithunywa, and so these people need to unify. Literally, Salameli had a dream about this. There's a struggle. This is what's happening. So we need to now do the process of unifying them. So then you do a process, you unify them. Whenever you're doing things, 18 isithunywa, you do them with chickens. Never Zulu chickens, unless njengathi again, if you like us where uneDlozi nesithunywa, then you do it with a Zulu chicken and a white chicken. It just depends on umlapho wakho ukuthi izinto zakho uzenza kanjani, yabo. But into zethu when it comes to isithunywa zenziwa ngenkukhu, and then when it does something specifically that is huge, then they'll come forward and say, okay, but imvu, because imvu is the creature or the animal for isithunywa. It's specifically just for isithunywa, imvu. Okay, so going back to this question, okay, how can you tell when someone is using isithunywa or isizwe when ehlola? I think we're going to look when ehlola. This question. Bazalwane, when it comes to this question, this is what I can say. I don't concern myself too much on what someone is using or ukuhlola. What I concern myself with is, okay, usekuhlolile. Listen to yourself. If somebody, because if trust and believe, and I have proven this 1,000 times over. Mo muntu onabantu abadala or oneDlozi. When you go to a healer, yabo, when you go to a healer, whether the healer is umthandazi or uyisangoma or uyinyanga, whatever, when you go to a healer, you get there. There is something already that is saying, where I am, I must wake up, okay? First things first, there's that thing. No, let me wake up where I am, okay? All right, let's say your people tend to be slow and they don't say anything. Without fail, as soon as ungena endumbeni, or as soon as ungena esigodlweni, as Zulu people, when they call it esigodlweni, other people call it endumbeni. Okay, as soon as ungena endumbeni yalowo muntu or esigodlweni yalowo muntu, and that person uyahlola immediately without fail, when they are doing their whole process to ukuhlola, there's communication of, okay, even if this person is telling you the truth of everything that is going on with you, do not come back to seek help or get umuti or get things from this person because basebenzisa izizwe or basebenzisa iy'lwane or whatever, because they take their things and they put them in you. You know, and then you guys have problems, and then it's in Dailungi, and then it's like nilahla amadlozi, but because you guys are making basic mistakes, when they have communicated that where you are, be wash out, or where you are, ibababa, or where you are, it's not a spiritually clean place or a spiritually blessed place. It's a spiritually dodgy place. Okay? So, bafika bakhulume abantu hamba nabo. You know, it's not something I'm gonna be like, look out for this, look out for that, look out for this. I can't do that because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be sitting here describing igodle. Okay, I'll be describing so many people's zigodo that those healers will end up coming for me. No, I don't have the time, nor the patience, nor the energy for all of that mess. All I can say is, because there's even ways to recognize. I think I should put it in the members. I'll think about it. But there's even a way to recognize when somebody is communicating to iDlozi or communicating to iLwane, because how sivusela ngayo mesikhuluma nogogo nomkhulu is different to how when other people bevusela lama small boys up, you know, or ley'lwane ey'hlele emsamo, you know, it's very different. But you guys, when you go to places, you need to be very wary of the places you're going to, because for me ukuhlola is nothing. I honestly think ukuhlola is not a train smash. We've been to places where we walked in with like, you know, there's some creepy things, but yeah, because we're here, it's fine. Astrole and then leave, you know. And slowly, and we're like, after we're done, we discuss, did you see that thing? Or did you hear that creature going like this? You know, these are things that we know and we laugh about because they have no power over you. They don't have power. So we must stop acting like abantu bas pepeta and bas bambi. No. As long as ungakangeni kuphehlo lalowo muntu, or as long as ungakangeni emsamo lowo muntu, wadla umuthi wakhe. Yabo. Unless usudla umuthi wakhe, then it's a whole nother situation. But as long as ungakawudla umuthi wakhe, there's not much power that they have over you. That's why you'll find those people saying things like, when you have to and then they're like, no, you can't leave, you have to twasa now, you have to stay here, you can't go anywhere, you need to just call your parents or call your family and tell them, I've had people like higher, and I'm just like, yo, I go home, get yourself together, and let me know whether you want to come or not. I don't hold anybody hostage because you don't hold iDlozi hostage. Yeah, but and also you don't enforce things on people. So those are like basic things you need to watch out for. But this is not the episode for that. But yeah, so basically, okwami ukuthi ukhamba, modinga ukhamba standardly, that means ukuthi kunabantu abadala bakhona. But you can't have ukhamba on its own. All right. The one thing I always advise with people is that if there are things that there's no clarity within your people, within isimo sakho skamoya, right, and you're looking for direction, like what we did, like on my website, www.makosithandi.co.za, there's imithi laphayana, or there's ukhamba that you can get, that it's called ublau, right? Ublau, which I would show you, that you can get, right? You can order it, or if you're too lazy, because I know there are people that are too lazy to go to the site, then you can just WhatsApp me. I have to leave my number now. 081-548-4108. So you can just WhatsApp and then let me know ukuthi ufuna lolo khamba. Khona ubukhambe kuthiwa ubulawo. Whether umuntu onabantu abadala, right? And you just want clarity in your direction. It's a khamba that you can use that doesn't require you to ushisa impepho, you know? And also I always advise ukuthi when you're not in a position to burn in pepper, please just ufute ngayo, because it's a better option, because you're able to, while ufuta or while ugquma, ukhulume phezu kwayo, and ikhona ukuthi iconnect with your ancestors. So those are the tricks that I usually assist people with ukuthi these are ways to navigate your situation so that you at least are still connecting, but in a manner that doesn't put you at risk of retaliation from abadala bagini. Okay. Anything else I'm leaving out? Oh, and also, mona badala nesithunywa. The two best places to cleanse, I always say, ulwandle, because ulwandle uyahlambulula iDlozi and uyahlambulula isithunywa together at the same time, which is great. It's always like the best. That's why I always take my clients there first. If banabantu abadala nesithunywa, or maybe neDlozi nesithunywa, because that place holds so much power in terms of cleanliness and ensuring ukuthi the things that shouldn't be tainting you and your aura and your spirit, that they are weakened or they are removed. And also in Popoma, which is a waterfall, because it is so powerful in terms of helping you connect with ingelosi yakho, with isithunywa sakho, with abadala that also used to walk with iThonga, you know, so it helps pull them forward. Hence why when you go there, mophethu 7 colors wakho ngiyakutshela, but you also need to be taken there by healer. Don't just go there thinking you're gonna make the pots happen, you know, you make the pots do what they need to do, kind of a thing. No, it's not gonna work like that. But Zalwane, we just like, you know, those bottles that you get when you go to the pharmacy and you buy medication, the bottles, and then you look on the bottles, the label says, this does not this does not banbani overpower the consultation of a doctor. It's the same thing, Ngalan. We can communicate, we can advise, but the best way forward is always know that when you need to go to water, you need to go to a healer, or you need to go emanzini nebandla, because there are churches that take people to water. Yabo. So ukhona ukuthi uhambe masikhamba ibandla, ukhona ukuthi uhlambululeke ngaleso sikhathi. Or go to a healer that's going to be able to do it for you. Because the thing is, you can't just clean yourself. You can't just heal yourself. You can't just do those things as if, you know, you're already equipped. You need to first, uhlambululeke, to be in a state where you can connect and be in a place of cleanliness, to connect properly with your ancestors and to be able to give them strength to overcome the hurdles that are causing them not to be able to provide or do what they need to do spiritually. Okay, so I hope I'm clear. I hope it's again, because I think I've spoken for almost an hour now. Yes, so I hope this has been helpful and it has provided a little bit more clarity. If you guys have any questions, drop them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click that notification bell. And also don't forget to join and be a member. As I said, I'm going to be formulating, once I have enough people that I feel will be a good set of, for a group, so to speak, then I'm gonna open up a group on my WhatsApp, and ngizokhona ukuthi-ke ngihlaziyele or have that communication, but it's for members only, so you have to be a member of the channel. So please do join. It doesn't, it doesn't, it doesn't have to be the third package, so to speak. It can be the second package, because I think 2 out of the 3 packages from my membership packages on the channel do provide for dream interpretations. But I have to put a disclaimer. One of them, I think the one is for 1 dream. The one package is for 1 dream a month, and then the other package, it's for 4 dreams a month. The last one is for 4 dreams a month. So it's ngiyabongile ukuthi nikhona ukuthi nibukele inqubo yami. Really bohamoto o moholo. I think I understood that. No, ngiyajabula ukuthi uyabonga. I understood that. I think I understood that. Yes. So nje kube kuhle kube mhlophe, kodwa ugogo ngeke azoshaya inothanyana nje athi nje fafa. Oh, she's eating. Oh, it's all got something into Sophia. You know, because music is such a powerful tool, Barcelona. It's such a powerful tool when it comes to IsiThunywa and neDlozi. It's just, it connects you in ways that speaking wouldn't be able to do, you know. So it just connects with you on a level, when you don't have the words, music has the words for you, right? So yeah, I'm becoming but the voice and the flu is here, so I can't. But for you guys watching, thank you so much. And as I said, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on all the platforms. All the platforms on Instagram and Facebook. Kube kuhle kube mhlophe, ithi nje ameni kwabathandazi, ukuthula kwabathandazi, ngikhona ukuthi maniqhubeke nivusele isimo senu semoya, ngikhona ukuthi niqhubeke niphahle, khona ukuthi kuzokhanya konke. Emakhosini. I'm trying to now. There you go. I can't end. I know, right? Nkosi yami. Yithina ngoba ngizohamba.